Your connections are extremely important simply because the connections that you make as an actor, like I said, don't underestimate someone. Someone today that's an assistant could next year be a director, a producer. Don't ever judge someone based on their current position. I promise you, this is where so many people, thank you so much. Dang, I'm struggling. Um, but so many people look at people and look down on them, like based on their current position. Like, oh, this person's just a producer, not producer. But this person's just the assistant. Oh, they're just going to get the bagels. They're just going to get the. I don't have to be sweet to them. And then the director comes out and you all smiles. Hey, that's fake. Come on. Be the same all the time. So you don't got to think about it, right? Be the same all the time. Treat people how you want to be treated. I think that a lot of people don't realize. They're like, oh my God. Be a blessing to someone. You produce so many more. Like people don't realize I give, give. I give contacts. I give people so much. Give. And things come back to me because of that. Not I don't do it because I just am that person, but that's how it works. So think about your connections and also think about being a connection. Always think about how can I be of value to this person? How can I add value to this person? They can feel that when you're actually approaching them in that type of energy. And they can also feel when you're just like, okay, I'm gonna just deal with them. I don't want to know when they start talking. I just want to know what they're casting or what they're doing. Like they can feel that too. So I'm telling you all these things because it's very important that you all realize the power of your energy and how. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna spray. All right, thank you. Spritz. Note for next year. Make sure you, yeah, that works. But it's really, really important that we work on ourselves. And a lot of classes don't really go over this. They just go straight into strategy. And I've just found with a lot of other actors that I've trained, they have the strategy, but their energy and their mindset is so messed up. And the strategy doesn't work, not because it doesn't work, but because of them. It was a certain time where I just was like, oh my goodness, my mind wasn't right. And I was like, why am I not like I'm doing all this stuff. I'm emailing, I'm calling, like I'm going to the auditions, I'm showing up, I know my lines, right? But my energy was screwed. Between losing my dad, between so many things going on that were unhealed, it was penetrating through my life and through my career, and people could feel it. So we could teach you all these different strategies and show you how to get an agent and all these different things. But at the end of the day, we have to just look within and see what it is that has been in our way. And all of us know what that thing is. A lot of us don't want to face it, but us facing it is actually going to help us propel to the next level and new heights of life. Let's see where we are in time. We're going to get Danny up here in a second. All right, I got a few more minutes, and later I'm going to go over the agent stuff after that. That's going to be like the finale. So I want you all to think about also working on your craft, right? That is super, super, super important. So craft and connections. I know y'all probably seen that on some of our posts and stuff, but craft and connections. Now, why do you need to have both? I'm going to show you. The role I just booked and got the text message for that I just showed you guys, he knows my craft. He knows I can pick up a script. He trusts me that I'm going to show up on time. He trusts me that I'm actually going to do the work. But I had to connect with him in order to have that. A lot of people have craft, They're great actors, but they're in the basement. Nobody knows them. You know how to act. You know how to pick up a script, but nobody cares. Nobody knows you. So you need the connections. So these go hand in hand. You should constantly be working on both. Cold reading, picking up scripts, reading things out loud, getting acclimated to really being able to talk in front of someone, talk about yourself. It may be weird, but I'm gonna have you guys come up and do that a little later. I want you all to get comfortable. Like, oh God, I know, right? Like literally, you guys, I was really a nerd in school. I got picked on. Look, y'all see me now? But I was not like this. I was not like this, okay? Yeah, they be looking now, my face look like, dang, Kendall didn't fill it out. Kendall didn't grow up. But Kendall was not always like this. Kendall was a nerd. Kendall was very like to herself. I didn't know how to talk about myself. I was very uncomfortable. I was awkward. It was just really awkward. And I feel like sometimes I have to catch myself. We all have I'm so imperfect, beyond imperfect. We all have imperfections. But really looking at ourselves and be like, I love you anyway. I love you anyway. And that imperfection, that stutter, that thing that may feel weird to you could be the one thing that actually gets you apart. Could be the one thing that makes you stand out and makes someone remember you, right? So you just gotta really learn to love on yourself. That's another great introduction to having Fernanda come up. We're gonna have her come up in a few minutes. But your crafting connections is important. So let me give you some tips on actually making sure that you are building your craft. The other day, I had an audition for Grey's Anatomy. I can't share the audition because it's confidential and I don't want to get in trouble or anything. My agent, he would kill me. But yeah, I had an audition. He literally sent it to me like the night of, well, it was like the morning of late night. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna, what am I gonna do? I gotta learn these lines. It was only a couple pages, but it was a little meaty, right? And I was like, okay, all right, think. Breaking down the script. That's a part of the craft. Breaking down the script. Now, Kendall, what do you mean by breaking down the script? You need to be asking yourself, who am I in this scene? Who am I in this scene, right? Who? And also, who is the person, to me, that I'm talking to in this scene? What's their relationship to me, right? Now, sometimes you don't have this information given to you on castings. You have to sometimes make it up. But the one thing that I got in the email was, okay, I watch Grey's Anatomy. It's a fast-paced type of tone. Knowing the tone of the show is extremely, extremely, extremely important. If you're going in there and, Sanders not on, but it's really fast. It's I'm sitting there, it was on me. And you go in there like, yeah, so we gonna do this. And then did you even watch the show? Do you even know what you're auditioning for? Now, it could be contingent on a role, that you have to be a Southern Belle or a slower pace. If it's specified, really pay attention. But read the breakdown. So many people don't read. Really read through. Even if they sent you a couple pages ahead, read in behind on the breakdown, read through. I'll show you all an example breakdown of the one I just got. But really read through and see the specificities in the breakdown. A lot of actors don't do that, and they just want to do it their way. And sometimes that works, but if you just read and really see what is actually in the script, that will actually help you not only become the character, but understand the scene. So it's really, really important that you all focus on those things. Another thing to focus on when breaking down a scene is what is the, oh, thank you.
Yeah, we need more light.
So also ask yourself, what is the scene about overall? What is the scene about? And what is the intention in the scene? What is the intention? I'm going to have someone come up in a little bit after Fernanda speaks. And we're gonna do an example scene. We're gonna break it down together. Just to show you, I'm more action oriented too. I like to do this as a mixture. But the intention in the scene. What is also the temperature? Like, is it like you having those extra little elements that you add in? Like, you could be outside, and if they say it's a December day in New York City, you know, it's a little cold. Like, really, really pay attention. Who are you talking to in the scene, right? Is it a conversation that is loud and broad, or is it, tell you something, listen to me, I did some stuff, we need to go get a body. We're gonna go get a body. What are we gonna do? Like, what? Why are you doing that in a cafe? Like, really pay attention to what you're doing. What's the play? What's the move, right? You need to know. Like, in the temperature, hey, you don't have to say it's cold out here, you know, but you don't have to say that. But your body, so anyway, that's what you do. You know, really know that. And having these key things broken down in the script is going to help you with the craft aspect. So breaking down the script, knowing your lines, memorization. I can go on and on with this. Memorization, right? That's what I said, reading things out loud on a consistent basis, getting used to talking in front of people, doing things that make you feel uncomfortable is so key. Another thing, we went over why, breaking down, tension. The other character, the who. Yeah, we did that who. Also, really start to think about how you can connect. That's what I was looking for. How you can connect, right? Even if you never, got a body before. I haven't. I'm sure. But even if you haven't, there's been a time in your life that you could actually reference to bring that connectivity to it, right? Like, even if you haven't, oh God, I hope that some people in here haven't got their heart broke. I've got my heart broke before, right? Gosh, yeah, I know how that feels. But it may not be with the actual person. It could be with the animal, or it could be with, a loved one. You finding that connectivity and making sure that it's real will actually have us believe you. And the key thing is we have to believe you. We have to believe you. And a lot of times, if you don't believe you, then a lot of us won't, right? So us believing you is really contingent on you doing this pre-work to make sure that you have the scene, the character, the location, the tone. You've researched, you know exactly who you're talking to, why you're talking to them in that way. You know the power of your character or the disposition of your character. You know all these things, and it actually reads through. And when you've done the work, I'm telling you, when you've done the work, we know, because we can feel it. It's something about when you see a project, and it's a moment that an actor has that's why I just love filmmaking, acting, all the things with the craft side. I really love it because it's a moment that we have internally, and when we really feel it and we really go there, it's a beautiful journey that we can actually express, and people feel that too. So that's craft. I'm going to go over connections, and then we're going to bring Fernanda up. I'm not trying to fall, y'all. That would not be cute. So connections. Why? We already discussed this briefly on why you need new connections. But your agent is never going to tell you, hey, you know too many great people, and too many great people know you. That's not going to happen. And if you do get a new agent, I don't know. But really think about, before you do anything, before I tell you anything, think about, why should I do this? Because when you start to think about in that way, you keep control of your mind. If you don't know who you are in this industry, people are going to tell you who you are in this industry, right? So we have to make sure that we're continuously asking ourselves questions to make sure things align and make sense with where we're going. A lot of people may want you to do a whole bunch of things for them over here, but you're on a path right here. You're focused. You're really, if something makes sense and it's in alignment or sparks a nerve in you, then really, maybe you can pivot. But a lot of us are pivoted and we're getting pulled in all these different directions and we're not getting anything done. Because this person wants us to do this and this person wants us to do that, and you're over here and you haven't planned your day, you don't plan your time, you don't plan anything. So people plan you. You can't plan me. My days are lined up, planned, my time. Also, guys, write your notes. Block out your time for your day. What are you doing? If I look at what you're doing in a day, I don't know what you're going to produce or what you're not going to produce. When I don't plan my day plans me. Or my neighbor plans me, or my friend. Like, you're not going to plan me. I have things that I have to do, and really breaking it down into small steps and making it attainable for you to do is key. These things that you have to do as an actor takes energy, time, focus, and you really need to think about that. So I'm gonna go back over here to connections. Another way to make connections, like we already talked about IMDb. I'm not gonna stop talking about IMDb Pro. Social media. You can make connections through social media and see, like, if you want to go viral, do different skits, reach out to the person who's doing the skits. Like, I've literally built so many different relationships from doing skits. I've done so many and got, like, gone viral and did. It's really not only fun, but it helps grow your numbers. A lot of casting directors are looking at your numbers. It's a flip to that. Because some of us are so talented and we may not have the numbers of the influencer, right? But they have the numbers, so they get the role. That's the day we're in. I don't necessarily like it or agree with it, but it is what it is, right? So why cry over spilled milk? But if you have the craft and you got the numbers and you got the connections, what they gonna say? What is it? You have to really think about how you can grow your social media, pairing with people that already have the social media that you aspire to have, right? Reaching out to them. This is the script you all can use. I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Hi, Jack. My name is Tammy, and I really love what you're doing. I would love to see how we can collaborate together. You can talk about your experience, but keep it short. If nobody want to hear, since I was a little girl, I wanted to be an actor, I wanted to do this. Keep it really short to the point. Use collaboration. Use it in your own words. But something along those lines. If you see somebody that's killing it, if you see somebody that actually is doing like different skits or different things that you want to be a part of, just reach out. It's simple. I think we complicate it. They're going to say yes or no, but they're going to definitely say no if you don't reach out. Right? So social media is a different way. Email marketing.
Kiddo, what?
Email marketing. I'm not waiting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different entities to shut down for me so they can take all my followers away. I don't think so. You need to have something in your bio that leads people to your home. What is your home? Your home is your email list. All y'all need to have an email list. I'll give you a couple ones that are really good, that aren't too expensive. MailerLite, 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 MailChimp. My handwriting is really bad up here, but I'll say it out loud. Constant Contact. Those are a few that aren't like out the roof. But you need to have your own email list. And you need to be storing all the people that you meet this weekend in that list. That's something you own. Nobody can come take that from you, right? A lot of us depend on these social media profiles, and man, they can shut down any day, right? So we need to be thinking about our business as a business and make sure that we're set up properly. And how are you doing? And that we have all of the proper tools to run our business in an efficient way. Okay? I know that was a lot. So okay? But these are some things that will definitely help you build your craft and your connection. So I'm gonna go do an overview real quick for you guys. I don't want to overload you, and then we're gonna bring the beautiful Fernanda up. Okay? So I'm gonna go back over this one more time. There was one more thing about connections. Oh, I put social media. There's one more thing that I wanted to share with you all about connections. Oh, out networking. So I'm gonna give y'all a secret that a lot of publicists are gonna hate me for. But just write it down. I want to hear from you. The Hollywood calendar. I think they changed their website. You guys, all of the hottest events, the red carpets, the screenings, a lot of the things that go on in the city are on the Hollywood calendar. So it's a subscription. You can actually get with another actor friend. It's like $100 a month. Get with another actor friend, pay $50 a piece. Get with 3 actor friends, pay, I'm not doing that.
35.
Right, she said it. Okay, get on there. And this is the thing, don't reach out to them as you. Hey, I want to come to the event. I'm the actor. I'm coming up. And you know, you guys are the best in sliced bread. No, don't do that. You're gonna make a booking email. You're not gonna have an email that says, Big Booty Floyd at Gmail. No, you're gonna have a professional email. Everybody say professional? Email. You don't need nothing getting in the way of anything that's in your way. Okay. We did the casting for my film, and oh Lord, some of these emails are vulgar. I'm like, did you just? Okay. All right. Literally vulgar, and yeah, that could. You don't want to do anything that's gonna block you from what's destined for you, right? You don't need to. So getting a booking email. What is a booking email? BookLauren@gmail.com. Shaheem Smith Booking. Management@TiffanySmithCo.com, right? And when you actually get this subscription on Hollywood Calendar, which, like I said, most publicists use this and they charge you like thousands of dollars a month for this. But it's really important that you have all the things in your arsenal to build your own connections. It's really key. And a lot of people don't know about this. So make sure you get a booking email. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to them and you're going to be your manager because, you're an actor. You're not lying. You are your manager until you have a manager, right? Yeah. So, thank you. You need the board when you come up? Okay. All right, cool. So you want to make sure. Oh wait, let me go over real quick. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Let me just go over real quick. Because we gotta have it. We had to have it sink in. So that was the last thing I want to share with you. I want to share that resource. But you guys getting a booking email and strategically reaching out and saying, hey, I'm the manager for Tammy T, and we saw your event and would love to have her appear. That sounds better than, y'all, guess what? Okay, so look, I'm a new actor and everything, here's my headshot. Thank you, right? So can I come? Because I ain't never been to nothing like this. I don't have nothing. I'm not used to nothing. The first. Sounds way better, right? So it's not in what you do, it's how you do it. You want to make sure that you're doing things in a strategic way as the leader, the successful person that you are. Do things in the way of where you're going. That will actually help you get there. If you start to walk, talk, think, act, and be the type of person that you want to be, even if you don't have a whole bunch of stuff on your blocked out schedule that we just discussed, don't let nobody just be pulling you all kind of different directions and controlling your day. Those days turn into years. And those years turn into decades. And those decades turn into dreams meeting a grave. And it's really sad because so many people get to the end of their life and they have all of these excuses as to why they didn't have this, or it's this person's fault, and it's that person's fault. It's on us. We can actually, it's not our fault if we actually are born in poverty, but if we have the resources, tools, and we're put in certain rooms like this and we're actually around, it's our fault if we die in poverty. And us taking responsibility and making sure that we do everything that we can to make a better way for our family, for the generations to come, is so important. Forget just acting because you want to do it because you look cute. You can actually build a career, a life, a legacy, not only for you, but for your family, for your kids' kids, for your grandkids' kids. And through this journey, you could actually find something that may not even be attached to acting. Maybe you become a director, maybe you become an actor, maybe you become a writer, but you find out through actually doing, right? So crafting connections, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. First thing, just to go as a breakdown. The breaking down of the script. Who are you in the script? Who is the person that you're talking to in the script? What is the tone of the show? Read the breakdown, really make sure you read it in full and know what's going on, because that will actually reflect through your delivery, your intention in the script. Make sure you know the intention, because if you don't, we can feel it. If you do, we can feel it. So just make sure you know the intention. The temperature, us doing the smallest, slightest things as actors and really knowing what's going on in our surroundings makes a huge difference. Like I said, you need to know who you're talking to, where you're talking to them. If you're telling someone a secret, obviously you wouldn't be like, yeah, so everybody, you would be more like, yes, well, let me tell you what happened today. Okay. Memorization, memorizing, making sure you're training your brain to memorize, memorizing your lines, making sure that each day you're doing something that is going to push you forward in your career. And then the connectivity and believe. Like I said, belief, because we need to make sure that we're actually believable. And we're not going to be believable to others. Well, sometimes we could fling it and we could fake it. I wouldn't advise that, We have to be in alignment and really believable to ourselves. And when we feel good about something, we keep practicing until we get to that point. Keep practicing. This is like a marathon. Love you, Nipsey. Rest in peace. But this is not a sprint. And if a sprint is what you're looking for, you're going to get your heart broken in this industry over and over and over again. And it's going to hurt because you're looking for the microwavable fix instead of just becoming the person that deserves the connections. So we'll go over the connections. Why do you need connections? We already said community, making sure you have, people that actually know you and everybody's talking about who they know. It's just so whack to me. Oh yeah, I went over this person's house. Why don't you just get a house? Why don't you get something? Why do you always gotta name drop somebody else's stuff? Why don't you become the person that she's bragging about? I don't get excited over other people's things. I'm very, very happy for you, but I'm not gonna act like it's mine. And oh yeah, I know this person and I know that person and who cares? Are you actually closing deals? Are you actually adding value to them? Are they adding value to you? If there are people that, if there are people that that's cool, but really think about who knows you. Who knows you is the key thing. Because so many people this is Hollywood.
Welcome to Hollywood!
Oh my gosh! So, welcome, Sean. Have more to do with you. But literally, who knows you is the key question. Not who you know, not who you saw one time, not who, oh yeah, he looked, she looked, who cares? Who's cutting, are y'all cutting deals? Are you actually doing business together? Do you have a friendship? Do you have anything that can be in alignment with what they're doing? Right? It's somebody that you know right now that you're not properly connecting with. Somebody. A lot of us negate certain people, maybe based on their current, title. But whoever you know in the industry is a connection. And whoever knows you, that's a blessing. Really focus on it. I really want to embed this in y'all's head. Who knows you? Say, who knows you?
Who knows you?
That is so important because those people that know you and respect you are going to be the ones that actually hit you up for roles, for different things. And you having the best connections and the best intention with your connections is key. Right? Social media. Reaching out to people simply because, not just because of who they are, but how you can collaborate with them. Make it short. Nobody wants to read 3 paragraphs on your story and all that stuff. Keep that on your website. Make it short to the point on why you think you guys can work together. I'm telling you, and use the word collaboration. This is like, you guys see, like, if you understand the power of the word collaboration, it's not needy. It's really, when you actually want to collaborate with someone, that's more of a collective thing. It's not just, oh, can I take from you? Can I take? Nobody wants to just get taken from, right? Email marketing. Do not rely on Instagram, Facebook, all these people to store the people that actually are supporters of your work. Have your own list of people. Organize that list. I told you guys about the app, Hi Hello. Hi Hello. So people are invited because we talked about that yesterday. That app is so good, right? It keeps you organized. The different email marketing platforms, MailChimp, MailerLite, Constant Contact, really organizing and storing all of the data of people, because you guys, especially if you live in LA, this is overwhelming. All the people you meet, if you don't have a structure on how to organize them, you just drop the bag, you just drop the ball, The Hollywood calendar, you need to have a booking email. You need to have a strategy on how you can eventually definitely one day get a publicist, but also reach out and see if you can go to events as your manager. Okay? You are your manager until you get one. You are your agent until you get one. So I'm gonna bring up one of my very, very dear friends. I actually met Fernanda, like 7 years ago. It's been a minute. I met her at a business conference that I caught a bus to. Humbly just wanted to get there to learn how to grow my business, how to literally think differently. I was in a very dark place at that time. And I ended up connecting with one of our mentors, Bill Walsh, and he invited me after the conference to come to dinner with all the speakers. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I get to sit in a room, like all the stuff that y'all were talking about at dinner was so foreign to me. Oh yeah, I just closed this and this $1 million, this and this. I was like, this is the room I need to be in. Like these are the people I want to be around, right? Me and her connected from that day, it's just been history. Fernanda is not only a coach, she's an actress, she is a great friend, she's an amazing wife, and she's somebody that I truly look up to. There was one point in time where she could not walk, but she had her mind and she fought through. Now to date, she's not just walking, she's running businesses, and she's killing it. I love you. Come on up, sister!
Everybody. Thank you so much for being here and for opening this space for me to be here with you all. Thank you so much. And he's just with the light. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I have a little bit more space. As Kendall said, my name is Fernanda Prenti. I'm originally from Brazil. I grew up in Brazil. I moved here to the United States about 20 years ago. And one of my dreams when I was living in Brazil in a very, very tiny town and from a very, very simple family, that one day I was going to be in Hollywood. And I used to tell my sisters that you are going to see, I am going to be in Hollywood. And of course they thought that was crazy. I was like, okay, you will. It's like, yes, I will. And in the middle of that was when, as Kimberly said, I ended up in a wheelchair for almost a year. The doctor said I was never going to walk again. And I believe in God, whatever you believe, I respect, but I connect with that biggest source. And that biggest source helped me to wire my brain to see myself every single day walking, running, dancing, doing all the things that I used to do before. And doing that over and over and over again, and be at the hospital, using the time that I was at the hospital instead of, as Kendall said, complaining about my situation. I was only 14 years old, but God was with me, guided me to go to the other rooms and just spend time with people and just make jokes and just share all the food and fruits and chocolate I had, because it was a lot. I have a huge family. So I would go to the other rooms and I would just share with them. I would just listen to their stories and I would just spend time with them. And I learned so much with that experience about life. And I learned that I was able to do anything I wanted if I connected with the biggest source and with my brain. And when you put those two together, you can walk again. You can do things that you never imagined you could do. And the reason I'm here today, when Kendall asked me to come, was that through my life, I learned from so many people that I started working with, that they have all the tools, they have all the skills that was necessary to be where they want to be, but they were stuck. Nothing happened for them. They're like, I'm doing everything right, but why I'm not getting the results I want? And it was very hard for them to understand that everybody is unique. Everybody has your own path. Sometimes we think we know where we're supposed to be, but He knows best. How do we get where we want to be? If that is not even bigger, that is planned to be for our life. So the first step is to surrender. Do everything, of course, that you're taught to do in terms of actions, the steps that you're supposed to take. You learn everything that you can. Every day you're a student. To the day you wake up, to the time you wake up, to the time you go to sleep. Learn everything you can about your craft. Have that in your bag. And then go to the deeper level that will make you to be where you're supposed to be. One, make sure first you know who you are. Who you are. You're totally different from everybody that's right here or everybody that's out there. First, connect with your own being, with your own light, because you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're a beautiful being of light. And this beautiful being of light is unique. So who is that beautiful being of light? Why are you here for? When you come from the place of why I'm here for, who? I came here to serve. When you wake up asking those questions, who can I serve today? Where should I go and be what I should be today? To help who needs my help today. Because when you know who you are, you're the light. You have all your craft, you learn everything. But then you move outside of your ego, of what me, what I want, I don't have, to who am I here to serve? And when you go to that place, then is when things start to happen. When I came to the United States, I was here the first month, I could barely speak in English. I still don't speak so good, but a lot better than before. But I knew almost nothing. And I came here in Brazil, I was a professional actress, I was doing Shakespeare, I was doing play one after other, I was doing TV work. But then I came here and they told me, do you have SAG? I was like, what is SAG? And they're like, you need to have your SAG for you to be able to do work. I was like, but how do I do the work? Oh, you need to have the SAG. I was like, but how that works? I was like, okay, let me go back then. I didn't know how to walk. I walked. What formula did I use to walk? I connect to the source. I knew I want to walk. I visualized myself walking, dancing, doing all the things I used to do before. And then what did I do? I used my day to go to the other rooms at the hospital to serve, to talk with people, to share what I have, to give what I have. So it's like I just need to do the same thing again. Okay, how this SAG looks. Okay, let me visualize myself receiving that, and receiving that, and receiving that, and celebrating, and see myself dancing and jumping, and I do have, and with that deep joy that I did have. And then I'm going to share you one secret of visualization that most of the people don't know. Before you visualize about anything, the reason that people visualize, and doesn't happen is because they don't have emotion on the visualization. You need to connect your emotion, your heart with your brain. Always. Heart with your brain. How do I do that? What you do is, you know what you want to visualize. You wrote down. Then you sit down quietly, you connect with the source, and you imagine first in your heart, you see the person that you love the most, or a situation that happened in your life that make you incredibly happy. And you feel that happiness, that joy, that amazing time. Like for me, where every time I just go when I hold my son for the first time in my arms. Like feel my heart, my whole being is full of light, is full of happiness, is full of joy. At that moment, you are full of emotion. Then is when you connect the visualization. That is when you imagine yourself where you want to be at, receiving what you want to be receiving. Because you're connected, so your brain, your subconscious doesn't know the difference. If you have emotion, that means, oh, it's real, it's happening. That is speed the process. Because our subconscious doesn't know any difference what is real and what is not real. So when you trick your subconscious, putting your emotions first, feeling first, and then you through the image of your future that you really desire, whatever it is, your subconscious starts to believe in it, and you start creating it, and that it starts expanding, and things start happening, doors start opening, that most of the time is not the doors you think is going to open. Most of the time you're like, no, I need to wish for that door. No, I'm not going to do that. That's another secret. Whatever door opens is the door that's going to take you to that place. So like knowing all that, so it's like, so I'm going to use the same formula. And of course, after he started walking, I studied everything as I could about neuroscience, about psychology, about how to help your brain to work with you, to help you, and not sabotage you, what happened all the time. We don't realize that our brain is sabotaging us over and over and over again because we are letting it take it over. You are the captain of your ship. You are the captain of your brain. You decide what it is going to think and what direction your life is going to go. So when you do that, what starts happening, so as going back, then what I do, I say, okay, I visualize, now let me be guided. It's very important. Allow yourself to be guided. Be in silence. Sit down. If you never do any meditation before, there's a very simple meditation that I'm going to teach you that will open your heart, will open your light, and you make things happen faster, and the guidance will come like in amazing ways that you could ever imagine. It's very simple. So with me, I want you all close your eyes just for a second. Put your paper and pen on the floor. Close your eyes. If you have your legs crossed, uncross your legs and cross your arms. Okay. And I want you to imagine your heart. Go to your heart. Imagine a beautiful pink light coming out of your heart and expanding through your arms. And I want you to put your hands now up and a blessing right in front of you. And I want you to imagine a earth, a little ball, like as a little tennis ball. But imagine as if earth was right in front of you. And I want you to feel this amazing, beautiful pink light coming out of your heart and going to the earth through your arms, through your hands. And this beautiful pink light is filling the earth with this amazing, amazing, beautiful pink light. And then I want you to imagine in your heart, expanding even more, see in your heart a person that you love the most. Smile into you. It's a big, big smile. And that will expand your heart. And that light will get even bigger, and you will going to share that light with the world right in front of you. And you can send that light to the people that you love the most, to all of your family members, to all of your friends, to the place where you work, your co-workers, to everybody that has the light. And just feel this beautiful light. You can put your hands down now. This is a very tiny, it's a little piece of the meditation that I do every day. That meditation, what it's doing for you, this meditation called the Twin Hearts. What this meditation does is expand your light, expand your heart. So you're sending this energy to everybody that needs that light, that needs that love. So automatically, God, the universe, are going to be blessing you with everything plus 10 that you need. So after that, you go outside and you allow yourself to be guided. So that's what I did. I went and I literally heard that voice, go to your computer. And I went to my computer, it was like, just apply for productions, for film productions. As I was saying, when I came, and I was like, how do I get this SAG, how that works? And that was like, go to productions. I was like, okay. So I looked for productions that was looking for assistant producers. And then I got my resume and I sent to 3 different productions, and I got a call in the same week from one of the productions. And I went there to meet with the girl, and she asked me a lot of questions. And at the end of the interview, she looked at me, she said, I can't understand one word that you say. She said, but for some reason, I just want to work with you. So can you just come and work on this production with the executive producer? I was like, yes, absolutely. So I went there and I helped them, and I was helping everybody with a full heart. People from the craft table, people from the wardrobe, people from moving furniture, the camera guys, and I was just helping everybody. In the middle of that, just to make it very short because my time is getting short, in the middle of that, what happened, the actress that was going to do the opening of the film got sick 3 days before the shooting. They got desperate, they could not find the actress to do the opening. They started bringing actors that were coming, and I was like, oh, maybe that's my chance. Maybe I can tell the producer I'm an actress too. And I was like shaking, do I do that? Do I don't do that? And then I finally got the courage. I called the producer and I said, I'm an actress too. Do you think I have a chance? And he said, let me ask the director. And then he came back and said, it's what Kendall said before. You don't know who you're helping. Never look who you're helping or where you are helping or what you're doing. Always do your best with a full heart, with a big smile. Because the director turned to the producer and said, are you talking about that girl that's always with a big smile, helping everybody and is so happy? And he said, yeah, it's her. Put her in front of the camera. If it works, it's hers. They put in front of the camera and they said, but needs to have the SAG. The executive producer said, you helped me with the whole process. You're the only one that was not getting paid. And he said, I'm going to get your SAG and I'm going to pay for everything. And you're going to do the part. And that was my first month. I was United States. I could barely speak English. And I got my SAG. So that's what I'm telling you. Your brain is very powerful. Connect. Make sure your energy is clean daily. That's one of my biggest work with people to clean their energy, to make sure they have a full, beautiful aura and clean all their chakras, clean all their energy. So when they go to the auditions, they don't see the actor. They see the light. They see the light they want in their project. That's what you want to be, that unique, beautiful light. Okay, my name is Fernanda Lorente. If you want to learn more from me, please just reach out. You can reach out at Instagram, fernandalorente.official. I can put here so you guys have it. This is for on the Instagram or on the Facebook, just Fernanda Lorente, and just send me a private message here. And I'm more than happy to help any of you. And always remember that. Okay, you are all beautiful lights. Remember every single day and ask yourself, who can I serve today? when you focus on the other to help other, automatically the universe, God is going to send the people that's going to help you for what you need. Okay?
Y'all feel that?
Yeah.
Whew. When I tell you all, if someone from across the world could come here and have a pure heart, pure intention like Fernanda, and make something of herself, couldn't walk at one point, all these obstacles in her way, all of us in here have no excuse. No excuse to make our dreams a reality. None at all. I love you. Y'all, I'm telling you, I literally was sitting on the phone with Fernanda for hours, and she's helping me break down certain things internally. Like, we all have things that we have to work on and work through, right? And I just feel so much lighter every time I talk to her. And when you're walking around, I carry a lot of tension, like, in my shoulders. Like, if I'm really stressed, I'll be like, ugh, there's so much stress in my shoulders, in my back, and my neck. And after you talk to somebody that makes you feel better, you need to really take account of the people in your life that give you that peace, that give you that serenity, that give you that balance. Because so many people are taking that from us and not adding to, and we're trying to pour from an empty cup, and it just doesn't work that way. So get y'all some Fernandez in y'all life. Okay? I am just so blessed to have her here. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep it moving along. You are the finale. But we're gonna get to you after Brian and Christine. We're gonna go ahead and go to them, and then you're the finale. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, guys. Whew. Y'all are in for a treat today. Entertainment Wilson. Let me just let y'all get the speakers a hand. Just one word. You got it. Okay, so the gray hair that I grow from this is definitely gonna be worth it, right? Definitely. All right. So we're moving right along. We have one of my other very, very good friends, his beautiful wife, coming up today. We talk about teamwork. Let me tell y'all a quick story. I went through so much to get to Actors Jumpstart. You've seen all the different plateaus. We've gone through like 5 names. Like one day, I was working with Brian. He actually built our company website, and he's just amazing. He's a strategic thinker that literally thinks on a different dynamic of things, and I'm blessed to have him as a friend of my life too. But I was freaking out. I was like, dang, I don't know if something isn't clicking. I just was like trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. Like it was just, we went through so many things to get to this point, and we're gonna continue to grow from here because the intention was pure. But I was talking to Brian, and literally his beautiful wife was in the background, and we were trying to figure out a name. Remember, it was like actor. Like we were thinking of all these different names, and he helped me come up with the name Actors Jumpstart. Guys, give him a round of applause. And his beautiful wife helped me come up with that name. I'm so thankful for you too. I was really going through a really dark time. You guys don't have any idea what someone is going through behind the scenes. Really listen to your friends and loved ones. You just don't know, you may be saving their life, you may be saving an idea just through listening or adding some input. So I'm gonna bring him and Christine up. I really appreciate y'all being here. He is the owner of the Performer Track, Holden Law, One by Creative, in the building. Right? They have gifts, they have tools, they have resources. So have at it.
Awesome. I don't think I need a microphone.
Okay,
I'm
yes,
loud.
somebody say yes.
Should I should use it? Yeah, okay. So the kids at home could watch, right? All right. Who feels lucky, by the way? Right? Because the whole energy thing is happening, right? Yeah, okay. Because we're gonna give something away. We don't we don't just come empty-handed. So we Performer Track. I don't know if you guys know what Performer Track is. Some of you may be using it. I don't know. Our company. I'm going to give a quick.
And just say what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Christina's going to hand out little raffle tickets. Okay, because somebody's going to walk away with a car. Is it a car? Sorry, that was yesterday. Sorry. We're giving away a year of Performer Track. So what is Performer Track? Performer Track is an online application that performers use to log, track, manage everything they do. Every audition they go on, who they're meeting, what did they wear, how did it go? All of that. How did they get into the audition space? Which agent, which manager? Did they get it through themselves by submitting on an online service like Actors Access? All of that information, so all of your auditions, your callbacks, your bookings, your income, your expenses, all of that is together in one place. And then you can go and see statistically what is working and what is not working. What has your agent done for you in the last 3 months? How many auditions did you get from Actors Access? What types of auditions are you getting from them? So you're gonna peel the layers back on your career and see what is happening and make decisions so you don't keep doing the same thing hoping something will change. You have to run your business like a
Business.
there you go, right? And so that's what Performer Track does. There's so many acting coaches and teachers and things that always say the same thing, right? You're the CEO of your company, you're the head of the marketing department, you're the head of this, right? They always say run your business like a business. Nobody tells you how to do it though. That's what we do. So go to performertrack.com, check that out. And Hold & Log is the parent company. That's where everything started with paper-based logbooks, which still are amazing. So great. So holdonlog.com. And One Bite Creative, what is it? Look at that logo. Isn't that awesome? I did. I worked hard. I sweated over this logo. Yeah. So One Bite Creative is a one-stop shop. We do amazing, beautiful website design, social media, making your brand cohesive. So I think we're supposed to be talking about branding, right? Right? Okay. So I don't want to hog this up because Christina's got a lot to say about branding.
No,
You,
go back. If anybody has any specific questions, like if you're in a troubled spot or not sure what's going on, we have you address that. We speak usually for like 2.5 hours on this topic, so.
everybody come back to our place right now. All right. So as far as like branding is concerned, so we do a lot of websites, right? For big companies and for individuals who are actors. There is zero difference between you and a big company. That's why Performer Track is so great, because you're running a business just as any other company would run their business, knowing what works, what doesn't work, and how to make changes and shifts. So as far as like branding, it's all about perception. This business is nothing more than perception, okay? And as soon as a casting director sees you online, within the first few seconds, you have a brand, believe it or not. Even if you haven't even come up with a brand, you're branded, right? You were talking about Instagram.
Sure, I mean, people post online. Oh, okay, hi, I'm Christina. And so people post online, like they'll just go on Instagram and post stuff. You always have to be really careful about what you're posting. It is nice to have a separate thing, like I'm a stand-up comedian and I have a very interesting sense of humor, but maybe some casting directors who are looking at me as an actor might not appreciate my stand-up comedy. So I keep things separate as much as I can. But the other thing is really being positive. Like nobody wants to hear that you're broke, you're starving, you're frustrated, and like a lot of people just go on stories and they just vent about things. Like that stuff is really something you should keep private. I have a new mom friend who is in entertainment and she has a very troubled life that's going on. And I'm like, you should take care of that before you go back, because she's taking time off as a mom, before you go back auditioning. So you want to be able to be really bright and upbeat and happy. You want to be somebody that other people want to work with. You don't want to have somebody like at craft services complaining about everything. And Brian and I, we hire people. We have shot commercials, and sometimes we're like, oh man, I don't want to go through all these quick and submit services. Who do I know? Who do I know that I like, respect, admire, that I want to work with? So Instagram is a tool because you can do something for free and you can get yourself out there and you can promote yourself. You can also be an asset if you have like real viable followers or people who are sharing your information, because you are a marketer. When somebody puts you in a project, then you are promoting, you know, I just booked this job, or the trailer is out, or there's going to be a screening, or we got a great review. Like, use those kind of things that you're promoting. Because some people are like, what do I post on Instagram? You know, so try to get on-set photos with people. Try to then get those people's information on the call sheet, get to know them, put them in performer track. Then, like, every 6 weeks or 6 months. Okay,
Yeah.
pass it over to you.
All right, yeah. You're going down the rabbit hole.
And I'll come
Going down the
like,
rabbit
get
hole.
raffle tickets too.
So here's the thing. Marketing starts, like, honestly when you're on set, right? Christina was talking about that. I'm gonna do something that's kind of little deviates away from that, but I think it all connects. How would you guys like to convert one booking into 4 bookings? Heck yeah, right? Okay. It's not that hard. It really isn't hard to take one job and have it turn into 4 jobs. So how do you do it? Okay? All right. Christina started saying, when you're on set, when you're on set, that's wonderful to work. That's the great thing. But that's not the primary thing. I don't want you to think about when you book a job like, oh my God, I gotta get ready for the role, and then you're there and that's it. That's not the job. The job is networking. Every booking is a networking opportunity. And I forbid, now that you guys are hearing me, and you two at home, okay? YouTubers. When you are on set, I forbid you not to get at least 10 contacts at every job you do book. You have to. And it doesn't matter who they are. Strike up a conversation with the caterer. Talk to the gaffer. Talk to the lighting guy. I don't care. The director isn't the end-all be-all. But there's people who are on that set that you can strike a conversation with. Get their contact info. And don't be a creep. Don't be weird.
Right.
Just say, hey, you know what? I'd like to stay in touch with you. What's the best way to, do you have an email address or whatever? Get it. Right? Now, you're now collecting people. People who you can work with again and again and again. So you're going to put those people in Performer Track, if you're using it. You should. And everybody who's on set, when you book that job, the day you wrap, the day you say goodbye, everybody, it's great working with you. Now the clock starts. In 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, I think 4 weeks is good. 4 weeks, you're gonna send an email or you're gonna reach out to each person who you connected with on that set. When you had a conversation, try to remember, write down, what did you guys talk about on set? Because that's how you jog your memory. And you're gonna contact each one individually saying, hey, I can't believe 4 weeks has gone by, boy, that was quick, holy cow, what have you been up to this past month? This is what I've been up to, right? You can let them know what's going on. Hope all is well. By the way, I love the chicken you made, I still think about it, right? It's the caterer, okay? And that's it. You do that for each person. Some of those people are gonna write you back. And they're gonna go, oh, hey, it was good to hear from you, how you doing? I hope all is well with you. By the way, I'm working on another project that I think maybe you might be right for. My husband's a director. Can I put you in touch with Rick? Cool, for sure. Yeah, let's do it. Those are called lost opportunities. Opportunities lost when you don't reconnect with people you worked with. You have a relationship now. You're converting contacts into connections. And there's a big difference between contacts and connections. Now, what I find great is those who do not respond when you do that first initial email after 4 weeks, okay? Those are the best because something happens when week 6 rolls around. So you wait 2 more weeks. So this is the 4, 6, and 8 principle, okay? So on the 6th week, you write to those who did not write back to you, and you say, in the subject line, simple as this, second attempt. That's all you put. And then you, hey, I know you're probably busy, hope all's going well, I was just thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. Be sincere, but it's a reconnection, okay? Those people who did not respond the first time, when they see second attempt, they feel guilty, okay? And they're like, oh my gosh, how you doing? Yeah, I'm so sorry, yeah, it's so weird. Those are usually the best connections you start to make, are those who come swinging around on that second attempt email. Those who do not come back to you after the first and second, you could do one last one and know you're not gonna write third attempt. You're just gonna go, you could do a subject line that's basically like, stay well, hope to stay in touch, and you just simply say, hey, tried to reach out a couple of times, hope all's going great for you, this is what I've been up to, and looking forward to us working together again at some point. Take care. Right? Now you're not a nuisance, but it's a one last opportunity, a marketing opportunity, right? So
I did want to jump in because a lot of times when we say like exchange contact information, people put other people in their phone and then they never revisit that information in their phone. They scroll and scroll, like, who are all these people? So we are very old school in this approach. And there's a website called Showbiz Cards, C-A-R-D-S, plural. It's one of our freebies that we have. And basically you're printing out a blank business card that you carry with you in your wallet. So you bring 10 of them with you to set or to an event, and then that's your goal, to get 10 of those filled out. So either people have cards that they actually give you, or you have these cards that they fill out and you can write a comment like the chicken was great, or you know, you said you're in a play, or you're doing stand-up comedy where, you know, like write that down. So
the blank business cards are a trip because you have them printed out. You carry them in your wallet. It's like an Avery size thing you get at Staples.
it's all on the website.
Yeah, it's on the
all
website.
information.
But you bring them with you. And when somebody goes, oh, I ran out of my business cards, I'm sorry.
Or I don't print them anymore.
Yeah.
Too cool, I'm just gonna airdrop you. And you're like, no. I want to.
And you go, oh, that's fine. You hand them a blank business card, fill this out, you know? Initially, they're like, whoa, who carries blank business cards, right? But then they go, man, this person's on it. Like, why can't I be on it like that? I'm like goofball going, I don't know where that is, right? So anyway, so that's a really cool
That's a
tip.
big tip. And then also like with perception is everything. The performers, the businesses that we work with, we always encourage people to do a newsletter, whether it's a quarterly newsletter or a monthly newsletter. Oh, I don't have anything to promote. Yes, you do. You have had this many callbacks because you know what your callback rate is because you're using Performer Track, or you took new pictures, or you went to a red carpet, or you did a table read or stage reading, or you're doing stand-up. There are always a few things you can promote in your newsletter. Work begets work. So when you get these people's contact information, you use an email service. We use MailerLite. You might use whatever
The
MailChimp or whatever, right? And people can opt out. So you send them an email, they don't want to hear from you, they opt out. You're not bothering them. Don't be afraid to bother people. Like, people are always like, I don't want to bother a casting director. I found their email on because on Instagram, some people post their emails, right? There's nothing wrong with asking people for their email. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I want to follow up with you. What's the best way to follow up with you? Should I send you a postcard? You know, I'm not going to text message you probably. You know, like, how should I follow up with you? So you want to really, the money is in the list, the email list, whether you're an actor or a business owner. Getting people to buy your product, bring you in for an audition, hire you for something, want to collaborate with you on something. Collaboration is huge, big, very, very, very important. You want to just really stay in touch with people, and you don't want to be shy about it, because there's another person that's just like you that woke up, who sent another newsletter, who went and worked out, who meditated, who went to yoga, who is doing whatever. I always have that other person, you know, I want to wake up and do better.
That's
try
nice.
I'm like, I didn't go to bed.
I know we're short on time, so Kendall, you just give me the old.
Okay.
Practice
Any
thing.
other?
Is that what you're doing? Is it-
No,
Is that right now?
snap it was the air snap, like a poetry, like, yes.
Okay, give me the wind up. Alright. The copy provided agreement.
Are people in this room working on demo reels, or everybody already has demo reel? Who's working on a demo reel? Like, who's trying to get that together?
Okay.
So,
So,
and any other raffle?
time is a commodity. Time goes by so fast, and you can be trying to build a reel for a long time and waiting for footage and doing independent film projects and waiting for footage, right? And by the time you get the footage, you've already gained 30 pounds. You're 2 inches shorter because you are now 90, right? So we have this thing called the copy provided form, right? Copyprovided.com, it's free, copyprovided.com. It's a legal binding contract when you're doing no pay, low pay jobs. It's a way for you to get your footage, have them sign it, the producers. Basically, if you're working for nothing, the payment is the footage, right? Do not get burned. The days of getting burned are over, okay? Use the copy provided form, print out several of them, give them to your castmates, power in numbers, and it's a simple, it boils down and says, hey, if I don't get it within 6 months of wrapping my day, then you have to give me the raw footage. I'll cut it myself, okay? So there's all these things that are stipulated that make it so it will work for you.
We've had this form for over a decade. Over a decade now, we've had copy provided, and it was basically because we were burned. I did a project at UCLA, a lead in a short film, sounded really cool, shot on location at a hotel, was up there shooting until like 3:30 in the morning, and then I didn't get my copy, and the guy like vanished, graduated, moved on, and I was like, I'm done with this, like I am not doing this anymore. And if you're using performer tracking, you're keeping track of your actual expenses. How much did it cost you to click and submit? How much did it cost you to drive somewhere or hire a coach for the audition or wardrobe and dry cleaning? All that stuff adds up. So you're not doing this for fun, right? Acting is not a charity. It's not a charity career. So really the payment is the footage. And we've had tons of the universities and colleges, all the theater departments, use it, agree to it. It's not anything that's gonna like cause a red flag that I'm not gonna sign this. You must get off the set. Nothing like that is gonna happen. It's just very basic.
Okay, so we have to wind this up.
Okay.
So what, just real quick, when I work with performers, real quick, back to the marketing branding part of this whole thing, I treat you like a business where I wanna make you the perception elevate to the point where a casting director would see you and go, they would see your site and they'd be like, well, where has this person been? Like, holy cow, like making it beautiful. What I do is I package you. We find out what do you like? What types of characters do you typically play? That's gotta reflect through your name. I stylize your name almost as if it was a logo, okay? Where it's memorable. You have to be memorable. And when somebody sees your website, now they're looking for you online, okay? And you want your website to be the first thing. Do not rely on an Actors Access page to be your website, okay? Show your personality, have a personality, have a clear message as to who you are and your branding. What is your color scheme? There's all sorts of stuff that goes into play when I create a site with you. So you can always see more at one. You can reach out to
I'll
me
just
directly.
leave Brian's card.
Yeah. We're gonna pick a winner. Does anybody have any questions, thoughts, banter? No questions? Really? A joke? Jackson? No?
Jackson, you have a question?
That's our 6-year-old. That's Jackson.
And if you want to see his show, you can go to trickortreatkid.com.
Yes. Yeah, well, so yeah, back to that, time is a commodity. What I say is cut through the time. There's services out there that do amazing, where they'll shoot you and they'll cut your reel together. There's one called Relentless Filmworks. They're amazing. They shoot, you basically tell them the types of roles you want to play. They'll write a scene in the same kind of manner as those shows that you want to be on. And then they edit it, they put music to it, and it looks like it's right off the television. It's amazing. And that is money well spent, because you're done in like 2 weeks. You get your footage, it looks amazing. Now you can go out there and market yourself and get a great agent and do all that stuff.
Because if you wait forever and you're doing student films, half the times those students are learning how to edit and shoot and direct, and it's something you don't even want to show around and pass around. So this way you can direct yourself with that kind of a service, Relentless
Cool.
Filmworks.
Yeah. Okay, let's pick a winner.
All right.
All right. Again, who feels like they're gonna win? Okay, his hand went up first. If he wins, he cheated.
I like you and your bold fuchsia. Oh, okay. All right, you're going to pick. What's your name? Tiffany. Does everyone know Tiffany? Hi.
Tiffany, big Tiffany.
Sweet. It's
I'll reach out to you. I'm gonna set you up, and I'm gonna do a walkthrough with you. You're gonna spend time with me on the phone. And then for the rest of you losers,
We will actually follow up with you guys via email this week because we don't have enough of these handouts, and
But
I
I've
want to
got-
make sure that everybody.
yeah, but I got a coupon code for you guys.
Oh.
So $40 off your first year of Performer Track when you join for the year. Summit is the coupon code. Summit. It's good for this following week, so you can use it tonight all the way through next week. And I'll even help you. I'll do a private walkthrough too, where it's great, where we can chat through Zoom and I can say, okay, let's go here. And it's cool. So if anybody has any other questions, thoughts, I think that's it. Oh, yes.
Okay, so, what if you already have a website, but you want to?
Kick it up by 30 million notches.
Revamp it.
Yeah, so no, I've done that, rescue missions, okay? So what happens is I only design in Squarespace. I've done it all. Wix, Weebly, GoDaddy Builder is horrible, like all of that. So Squarespace, because I do custom coding, I make it really look amazing. And if you, let's say you had footage you needed to cut together for a reel, I do that too. And
So you could text Brian and then you guys
text
could
me,
get
and we
together.
can talk. I can look at what you
and-
currently have. What's it on?
It's in Squarespace.
Oh, it is?
Okay, cool.
Oh, beautiful.
And
All
we
right.
can show you like examples of other
Sites,
performers
yeah.
and sites.
I think you'll be like, interesting.
Cool.
All right, cool, you guys. It was a
everyone.
pleasure. Thank you. Legend. The legend. Bye, guys.
Oh. That was a lot, right? Give it up for Brian. Oh my gosh, so much great information. Really take in, and if anybody deserves to win that, it was you.
Yes,
It was definitely
yes.
you. away. The timer starts now.
Hi.
Sean, Christian, nice to meet you.
Same thing. Same thing, networking and helping the community out best we can. Okay. A lot of, yeah, you've been out.
Alright, y'all. 15 more seconds. 15 more
Sean,
Success.
very nice to meet you.
I think I was on a call you did with Kendall before on the live.
Oh,
Yeah, a little good talk.
So you guys see, you guys see the power of networking. I say this all the time, and my students are probably tired of me saying this. You're one connection away. One. Out of all the billions of people in this world, you're one connection away. If somebody can come from across the country, the world, get sad, make way for herself. Literally, somebody that could not walk at one point. So easy. So I'm gonna bring up someone that I truly honor and truly respect. This man has a resume longer than the Nile River, okay? I can't even name everything. I was like looking at all these credits. But we all know him from Days of Our Lives. He literally has a company right now that helps shift the mindset and start working on yourself from within. He's an innovator, he's a creative, he's my good friend. And I'm so happy to have Sean Christian!
Thank you. There you go. Thank you so much, Kendall. Thank you. I am deeply grateful to be here. Grateful for the beautiful space. And I'm also grateful to each and every one of you for showing up. And not just showing up for the beautiful speakers that I heard a couple of them, and showing up for Kendall, but more importantly, you're showing up for you. You're showing up for yourself. Give yourself up some applause on that. It's huge. I'm grateful for you to be here, so thank you. As she said, my name is Sean Christian. I am a passion, purpose, and performance coach. I'm a writer, actor, producer, speaker, entrepreneur. So I do wear a lot of hats, but there's one thing that binds them all, and it is purpose. I create experiences that empower people to feel alive with passion and purpose. Everything I do is connected to that. It's taken a while to get there, I didn't just wake up and go, yeah, I'm just gonna be a purpose coach and help people find their purpose. Their passion, but it's taken a while to get there. But that's it, it's everything. And I believe each and every one of you are not just creators as actors, but you can create your life. How many people are creators? Let's hear it. Loud and proud. Own it, sure. Right? How many of you believe you create your life? There you go. Absolutely. You are the creator of your life. You're the author of your life. Because if you don't believe that, just give the pen to somebody else. Give it to a casting director. Give it to some bully on the playground. Give it to somebody who hurt you in your past. Say, you know what? You write my story. And we do it. I've done it. I forgot to be the creator of my life, my story. But when you remind yourself that day in and day out, you won't be the victim of anybody's story. We all have them. I will never discount anybody's pain, anybody's trauma, heartbreak, heartache. It happens. It'll happen to me tomorrow. It'll happen next week. I'm sure of it. But I have the tools. I have the faith and the belief. It's beautiful, beautiful. I love that. To create something different in my life. Because we do it with characters. But quite often we don't do it in our own life. I can create characters. I love create over 1,000 characters. I loved it. I love it. But I forgot to take care of myself. That was where I just hit. I got a 1, 2, 3 punch in my life. I'll make this a little bit quick. I was working, I was successful, but I lost my dad way too soon. And he was my rock. He taught me tenacity, fortitude, hard work, perseverance, all those values. But when he was gone, those left me too. And he was like, loyal, family, trust. He was a fighter, had a good sense of humor, self-deprecating, which was great. So I learned to laugh at myself a lot. So that didn't really freak me out. And then I went through divorce. And I felt like I destroyed. I'm a creative. And I felt like I destroyed a family. That was one of my dad's things, like, family, loyalty, stay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to keep it together. I didn't have the tools. Didn't have the skills. So I felt the shame and the guilt of not being able to hold my own family together. And I'm like, why is this happening to me? Who said that? Everybody said that. Why is this happening to me? You hit a roadblock. Why can't I get in that room? Why can't I get that job? Why can't I find that relationship? And we're beating ourselves up with this why me. And I get it. I've been there. I'm 100% get it. I'll probably say it and then I'll go, no. I won't go, why is this happening to me? And then I lost a job that I loved. And for 8 years, blessed to have it, and it was done. And then I could no longer provide for my family. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I'm like, why, again, is this happening to me? I get it. I was no longer the creator of my life. I was a victim of my life. That's the victim mentality, but we're blaming something else, some other experience that is creating our present now. Again, not discounting it. But what are you going to do with it? And I was like, how long do I want to be here? I didn't have the tools necessary to that right in the moment. Because I stayed in it for months, years, 6 years. I couldn't get another job. I got, an independent, as somebody was saying. I didn't really make the money. I think I lost money on some of these independents. But I was like, I just got to do something. I lost my sense of self-worth. Based on what other people were saying, meaning I don't want to hire you. I've been rejected for every possible reason you could name. Right, which is fine. Well, I'll go through that. I understand that comes with the territory, just so we know. Right? We will experience rejection. Someone will look at me and I don't want you. And I don't sell widgets. We don't sell widgets. Right? We are selling ourselves. And when someone says, you know what, Sean, I don't want you, it feels like, ooh, you don't want me. And in that state I had created, I just felt worse. I'm like, oh my God, nobody wants me. I can't keep anything together. I can't provide for my own family. I felt worthless. And then I got this audition. It's like a miracle audition. And this guy had to be, he was a billionaire, top of the world. He's a studio head, confidence, swagger. I'm like, cool. Like we all know, we know how to create a character. So I go there. I'm like, sweet. I was like, yeah, I got this. I owned that character for that moment. I was like, well, thank God, literally thank God. Thankfully, this happened for me. I was like, wait, what? What did I just say? I had been saying, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? That's the big epiphany. I was like, life isn't happening to you. Life is happening for you. That's how you begin to start going, wait, I'm not the victim of my life. I'm the creator of my life. And you can go back and connect the dots in your life and go, why did this happen for me? And you're, like I was saying, why is this happening to me? Just that energy. It's like, oh, I'm like doing it, right? And going, why is this happening for me? Just settle into that. It's a little different, right? Just that feeling. Oh, I see. It's taught me resilience. And again, I'm a purpose coach for people around the world, thankfully, and people are struggling in ways that we can't imagine. Some of them are on the border of Ukraine. And you talk about purpose and meaning, it's hard. I get it. But it started with that, and I go, wait, if I can just create that character, why am I going back to the victim mindset? Why am I a victim? And I got to change it like that. And you can do that. You can create passion, you can create purpose, you can create peace. And this is the thing I want to share with you a little bit about in this business, because it will try to break you down only if you allow it. Right? Like you ever heard that in a relationship? People will treat you only the way you allow them to treat you. It's the same in business. If you make yourself a priority, there is nothing that will make you crumble. I'm not saying it won't hurt. Things like, oh, you want to get close on a screen test, and it wasn't you. I walked out of a New York screen test, and the guy, it was me and another guy, he walks out, he goes, I'm not doing this, I don't want to move to New York. I was like, cool officers, like, congratulations, and I'm like, I guess I got this. Ended up didn't get it because they had somebody on their list or whatever. But you go, okay, and you move on. But how do you create passion, purpose, and peace? And I believe each one of you, and I don't say this lightly, but I mean it in my heart, you have the ability, you literally have the ability to create passion, enthusiasm for your life. I believe you have the ability to create change. I believe you have the ability and a unique gift. Each one of you has an unbelievable divine gift that is unique, and the world is waiting for it. I believe, I'm not kidding, it's just waiting for it. However it manifests itself, absolutely the world needs you. I don't dispute that at all. I believe it. And I believe you can create peace, and I believe you can create meaningful purpose. And it doesn't matter if I believe it. It doesn't matter if the casting director believes it. It doesn't matter if the director believes it, or a producer, or the neighbor, or the bully on the playground, or an abusive parent, or friend, or whatever. It matters if you believe it, and you believe it. You gotta believe it in your body. You mean it in your mind, and you feel it in your soul. You feel the difference. But how do we create that? I can't just say, well, be positive. You're looking at, dude, you don't know my life. You don't know anything. It takes, right? You can't just, now, but you can create that, and it's a process. In the shorthand, I'll go through some of that process on how to create peace. And it starts with having a profound personal relationship with you. We create characters, spend a lot of time on characters. When's the last time you spent time with yourself? So prepare to meet you. And sit down and have this beautiful conversation as we were talking before, with yourself. And you're gonna listen. Like a lot of times, we talk about praying, and I pray. It's part of my routine. I'll talk about that. So pray, we're asking God, I want to have this. God, I want to be a good servant. God, I want to do this. God, I want to do that. But with that, then take the time to listen. It's got something to say. The universe has something to say. Whatever you believe, whatever we want, we do. We did. I'm a driver. I'm a go-getter. I had to learn to go, shh, quiet your mind, and just be and listen to your own thoughts without judgment. It's another level, right? With a level of grace and compassion. But the way we talk to ourselves, right? Just think about the conversation. Like, oh my God, I'm just wake up in the morning so exhausted. Oh, I'm just so, I just look awful today. I can't, it's so much to do. I'm so overwhelmed. Look at the language that we use with ourselves habitually. We're not even putting ourselves in check. But if I came to you and I said, look, I have this problem. I'm really struggling. I lost my job. I feel like I destroyed my family. I lost my father, who was my rock, my foundation. What should I do? You wouldn't be like, oh, you were so stupid. You were so late. You need to get off the couch and do X. You wouldn't do that. I'm sure there's not a person in the room who talked to me that way, but yet we do that with ourselves. On a default. Oh, you're so lazy. Get off the couch. Dude, you're not working. You're an actress. I'm 50 years old. I'm 50-something years old. I'm like, oh, why am I, doing the things. But if I came to you, I'm guessing you wouldn't say, Sean, get off the couch, do the thing. You have compassion and empathy. Say, I hear you. Because you've been listening. And do that for yourself. Just listen with compassion. Go, wow, I am really hard on myself. Right? And so play with your inner critic. You're going to build a healthy relationship with that inner voice. We all have it. You're not enough. You're never going to be enough. You go, no, don't run away. I'm not going to bury that feeling. You come here, please. Because your thoughts don't own you. You own your thoughts, and you train it like a dog. No, please stay. Be nice. Right? I'm not afraid of you, inner critic. I want to have a healthy relationship with you. Because I see it on a set, and I've been through it, and I think when you perform, where's that moment where you go, and you've done, I'm sure someone's been in this experience, that line that doesn't come to you, you're like, and this, you could be as calm as second, probably, hands are shaking. Where's that line? Oh God, you're so stupid. People remember you worked on this all day long. And like, this is the inner, right? Who's had that? Oh my gosh. That's the inner critic going, you aren't good at you. What are you doing? You're not an actress. You're not an actor. But it's going a mile a minute. Because you could be calm and you're listening, the lights are on, there's $1 million on the set. You're like, I don't belong here. Right? And then we get imposter syndrome, and there's all of a sudden our life, it crumbles in moments when we can't get but one line. This inner critic has made us feel so small and insignificant. And you're like, no. But you're going to get, we'll talk about habits and building that practice. Well, I want to have a healthy relationship with you when you say, I don't have this line. And I've been there, now I've trained my mind to go, I don't have this line, but I'm going to speak my truth and whatever happens. So I'll get, even if I get a note from a director, it's like, yeah, I kind of like what you did. Can you do this? Cool, change my thought. I don't know, let's see what comes out. There's no pressure. I'm like, oh, what does he want me to do? What do they want? Because there's 20 people, it's a creative business, right? So there's like 20 people who have 20 different subjective opinions about what you should do, right? But you're building that healthy relationship with yourself, with grace and compassion like you would a friend. So start there, just prepare to meet yourself. And now we have to examine those thoughts. If we're listening, examine the thought. What is that thought? That if we have helpful thoughts, like cool, and literally audit your thoughts. I do this. In a given day, you go, okay, these are the helpful thoughts. I love that. I feel healthy. I have a great relationship with my friends, my family, whatever it is. Literally write it down because you're building this relationship with yourself. And these are the hurtful thoughts. Write that list down. Ooh, what did I do? Write that down. So you can see it and you go, and you'll read it to yourself and you go, wow, I said that again? You're just examining it again with grace, each and every thought. And research says we have 70 to 90 thoughts in a given day. And 80% of those thoughts are negative. That's great. That's mind-boggling to me. But can imagine 80% of your thoughts, of the 97 thoughts in your head, are negative. You keep repeating those thoughts, but yet you want to create a new experience, right? I'm having negative thoughts. Can I create positive and peaceful state of being? Yes or no? No. What? So wait, I got to stop that train and just recognize that, okay, these thoughts are hurtful, not helping me. And then you get into what I love to call theater of the mind. And I get jazzed about it, but I know, this is late, so I know I don't want to keep it right here, but listen to this part. So this is the power we do, even in our work as artists and actors. We have the power of a single thought. There's 90,000 thoughts out there. I'm gonna pick one because I'm the creator of my life, not the victim. I am, okay, and we may go into the space that I was in, worthless. Let's just say that. Right, let's say I choose that one. Because this is how the theater of the mind works. We have a thought. That thought creates a feeling. That feeling creates a behavior. That behavior creates an experience. That experience creates a state of being. So if I choose worthless, I'm in a state of worthlessness. Now, if I do that for 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe a day, it's a mood. And that single thought will create a mood, right? So what's wrong with you today? I don't know, you're kind of in a mood, like, yeah, I'm feeling worthless. You don't say that, but that's what's happening. So if you take that mood and now it goes on for a day, days, a week, that mood becomes a personality. So if that personality goes on for months, that becomes a character. Well, that's a character trait. I don't feel worth, I'm not worth a check, worthless, right? Invaluable, check, irrelevant. These are the feelings I was having. So that becomes part of my character, just like we do in our work. This is your life that you get to create. So if that goes on for months, that's your character. You do that for years, that is your identity. I am a worthless person. So it ends up happening based on one single thought that I am worthless or I'm irrelevant. And to the degree that we believe that, just like we believe it in our work as an artist and as an actor, that's the identity we create. And you go, how did 5 years, 10 years go by, 6 years in my life, I'm, how did I get here? Oh, I was having the same thought, the same toxic thought that I'm worthless, invaluable, I can't take care of my family, I have no foundation. You hear the yammering. So if you become conscious of your own unconscious thoughts with awareness and taking the time, meditation is amazing. And listen to your own voice with grace. And acknowledge the pain that you have. It's okay. I used to say, I don't feel that. I'm good. I'm positive. I'm just Midwest. My dad, you muscle through. No one wants to hear you complain. No one wants to hear your excuses. And I just didn't, awful communicator, as my fiance would tell you in the beginning. Oh my gosh, she said, babe, what's going on? I'm good. I'm good. I got this. I said, you sure? Because you just seem on edge. Right? And I just didn't have the skills to take care. I didn't know what to do with it. But this is what I'm saying, you do. This is a level of grace and respect that you have for all humanity, that you now have for yourself. So you see the power of that single thought. So let's say I said, well, no, I'm confident. All right, that thought. I'm going to go, no, you know, I hear you. I accept it. I understand it. I can articulate why I feel unworthy. I talk about 5 A's with coaching. But if you acknowledge it, I hear you. You accept it. Okay. Doesn't define you yet, but you're just accepting the thought. I articulate it. What do I feel? I feel unworthy. Whatever the word is for you, but you get to examine the thought. Right? And now you go, okay, I get it. I want to amend it. How can I amend it? And that's where the theater of the mind comes into play. Because you understand from that thought, the one negative, just the one right now. Just imagine doing this over time with the litany of stuff we get unfortunately tell ourselves sometimes. But great, one step at a time, don't overwhelm yourself. Because I try to do it all one day. You can do it all. No, you can't. You will, but just give yourself that one small step, right? But that power of that thought, you go, okay, and ultimately the 5th A, nothing gets done unless you take action. So once you make that amendment from worthlessness, which I was having, to I feel confident or worthy. That thought, I'm going to amend it. And it takes time to believe it, right? But I want to start somewhere. You have to start. Jump start. Boom.
No.
Right? Drop the mic. No. So you better, because everyone's going to So, but you understand, you see how you're the creator. Like, wow, I'm going to choose this today. See how it goes. It might get rough. Let's say I choose confident. Boom, that thought creates a confident feeling. I feel confident. That creates a behavior of confidence. That behavior creates experiences. So I now feel I'm having experiences that are more confident. And that experience creates a state of confidence. And now I'm in a state of confidence. That creates that mood. We feel good. We've had that, right? We've all had it, right? I feel good. That's the mood. I do that long enough. That's my personality. Oh, Sean's a confident guy. I do that long enough. That's part of my character. Check, confidence. And I don't think about it. I'm not second guessing myself when I don't go off. When I go off on a line that I can't get, I'm like, I got this. I'm going to share my truth. Someone may not like it. That's cool. I'm not going to judge that either. Let's roll out something else. Let's play. Because we get to play as actors, right? This is not like, oh my gosh, you didn't get right. Play, right? So then now I have that mood as a personality, a character. Ultimately, that's my identity. I walk, talk, breathe, feel, act like a confident person or calm. So for example, if we can't create peace, plug that into the theater of your mind. What do I want to create today? Peace. And you put that through. That's how we examine our thoughts. And we create this identity and it evolves. That's the beauty. You're creating, like you would a character, this beautiful person that you want to become. So then where do we go from there? We have to be authentic. It has to be true to you. It has to be true to you and you, because we live, breathe, eat, walk, talk differently. This is beautiful. This makes us human. That's what I'm saying. We all have a unique gift to share with the world. And how do we do that? Well, we start with aligning it with our values. Like, what do you value? And getting real clear about what do you value in your heart? Not what does Hollywood want, not what does the director want, what do I value? This becomes the compass of your decision making. Right? We have hard values, which is dedication, discipline, organization. Some of these were hard that I need to work on because I fly by the seat of my pants sometimes. But I go, those are the hard values. The soft values are love, kindness, grace, peace, joy, right? Those intangibles. And so for me, I had to work on what I love to do is create. I love to connect. I love to contribute to something bigger than myself. That's what I love. So now I have to align those values with my actions. So just like we did the helpful and hurtful list, you go, okay, these are my values. Do 3. Get 3 core values or 4, whatever you want. So these drive me day in and day out. Are my actions in alignment with those values that I chose, that I get to choose? Might be faith, it might be commitment. All these beautiful things that we talk about, but are we walking our talk? Ask the question, but you're putting yourself in check, nobody else. You go, wow, these are my values, but I'm doing this. That was me. I was like, wait, I have tenacity, I have perseverance, and I'm in a puddle of tears on the floor of my apartment. I'm literally Hollywood and Vine. I'm a mess. What are all those things my dad taught? Where'd that go? So I can recalibrate, align my values and my actions. So then we have to pay attention and course correct. One at a time. Course correct simply means creating different choices like you would an actor. You're training your mind already. You're the boss. You go, oh, just like a director would give you a different note. Yeah, I like that. Could you just be more funny, be more lighthearted? Let me do that. But you're in the practice of doing that with your own soul. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Especially when we get, we have hard times. And I'm not saying, just flip the switch. Be there on it and try and create something that really brings you, for example, your peace. Right? But that's being authentic to you when you align your values with your actions. Beautiful. Then where do we go from there? Well, now we have to create consistency. You see where I'm going? This is PEACE. We have to create consistency. How do we do that? With a morning routine, nighttime routine. We're creating habits. And I'll back this up just quickly, but the idea is that you start with a morning routine that works for you. You're creating. For me, I had to create calm because I would get up with my hair on fire. So I had a lot of energy. But then I knew by 2, 3 o'clock, I was burned out. There's no creativity left in the tank or compassion and love for my family. When I get home from work, I'm angry. Right? I just wasn't putting myself in check. By 5 o'clock, I could tell you this. I knew if I didn't get a phone call or I got rejected that day, by 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm like, what? Oh, why can't I just, nothing's happening, you heard it in her voice. And I'm like, I had to put myself in check and go, wait, this is not a habit I want. I want to create something different, so I love to cook. So cook for my family. I'm in control of my life. The director's not, the casting's not, the producers aren't. Thank you. I was blessed to be in the room. I get to move on with grace. And they'll remember you. They will. People put your best heart, your soul into your work. Trust me, they'll remember you. That's all it's about. The soul connection, right? And then ultimately, we are going to have to execute action on those. So build that morning routine to do the consistency. I had to get up at 5 a.m. because my fiance rescues every animal on the planet, and we have like 14 animals. I'm like, hey, it's like a farm here, honey. He's like, I know, I gotta go to work too, babe. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure I'm a rescue now. Oh my gosh. I'm like, man, I gotta feed the guinea pigs and the rabbits and dogs and fish or whatever. So, but I'm like, okay, I know I need to do something. I need to create something that's consistent with what I need in my life, which is peace. So I get up at 5. I do my prayer. I have to pray every day. I love it. It's my connection. And then I need to listen for another 45 minutes. That's what I do. I have to do it. And then I know I'm ready to roll and I work out whatever my other routine is. But I'm actually creating this identity with the habits, the consistency of that. And same at night. We all are nightcap. Do this. I'm going to wrap this up, but do this. Give yourself not a drink. But take yourself through this quick acronym. NIGHT. N-I-G-H-T. N. No technology before bed. 30 minutes. If you can do an hour, that'd be great. I. Set yourself up with an intention for tomorrow. Just like you set your alarm, you don't set your intention in the morning, right? Or your alarm in the morning. You got to set it the night before so you wake up. You're waking up to yourself with a clear intention. I want to be more productive tomorrow. Cool. One thing at a time. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. I really want to, I want to connect with my family this tomorrow. Whatever that is. Intention. I. G. What is one thing I can be grateful for today? What happened today that I can be really grateful for? You're there in bed already, so the hornets are going, oh my God, what do I do tomorrow? I didn't do anything today, I can't take care of my family, blah, blah, blah. What am I grateful for? That and alone, if you ever get wound up, that's a go-to. Take a deep breath. What am I grateful for? All right, that's a quick go-to. All right, H, heal. What do I need to heal today? What didn't go my way that I need to heal so I don't have to carry that into tomorrow? I was really short with my children, or I was really short with my best friend. All right, I'm going to do better tomorrow. Yeah, cool. You give yourself that grace and move on. And then T, time. What time am I going to go to bed? Right? Am I going to be up tonight watching films till Netflix till 2, 3 in the morning and then trying to get 4 or 5 hours of sleep? I was on the 3 or 4 hours of sleep, not watching Netflix, grinding it out. Not helpful. Try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep if you can. Research shows also that you can be well more productive and present in your own life. And that's ultimately what it is. People want your presence. They don't need your energy. They don't need your time, sorry. They want your energy. They want your presence. It's beautiful. You spend 2 minutes with someone, but if we're present, it's great. But if I had spent 5 hours with someone, but never was on my phone, you weren't present. You get it. Everybody kind of gets that, right? So fully be present. So as I was saying, I'll close up with this. Executing action, bring enthusiasm, emotional enthusiasm. Don't wait for it. You get to bring it. Now, we don't have great days every day. I'm not saying you got to walk into a room and go, it's a great day. But dang it, if that pumps you up, do it. I'm bringing it. In 2023, don't say, well, I can't wait to see what 2023 brings me. Go, what am I bringing to 2023? Big difference. Small shift, big difference. Because if you're wishing, waiting, and wanting, you're not working. But if you're working hard and you're willing and you're having that beautiful conversation with yourself with an open mind. And this is what I tell myself after I get my prayer and meditation. I am open mind, pure spirit, willing body, and ready to go. Pure mind, open heart, willing spirit. Excellent. Here we go. We'll see what the world brings me. Right? That's it. But ultimately, you get to bring that emotional enthusiasm each and every day. You get to bring you to your life. And that makes you the author, the creator of your story. No matter what happened in the past, either you're living in the pain and the memories of the past. If you're doing that, you're not living in the vision of your future. You'll catch yourself, go, wow, I'm in the pain of that past. I'm not creating the vision of my future. And that visualization exercise is amazing every day. Who am I in this world? Say it. Write it down. You're having a relationship with you. Journaling is like prayers to yourself and prayers to the world. I think just get it out. Especially if it's something that's toxic, you just want to get it out of your system, write it down. Cool. I got you. I'll see you. I give you a blessing and we're moving on. Because you are creating your life. And to author your story moving forward from today. I'm excited. I get jazzed. I know it's late. Thank you for showing. This is what I mean about showing up for yourself. And at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, guess what? I brought my soul to the world today. Thank you. Right? Thank you. Thank you. Daniel, you're amazing. Keep doing your thing. Reach out. I'll leave this with you all. We do have a business, as we said, AlohaLifeCoaching.com. So it's Aloha Life. You can find me on Sean Christian. Because I always post about our business and what we're doing. But we do coaching one-on-one. We also have, I just created these online courses about unleashing your unique potential. So it's 18 videos. I'm not here to sell you on this. But what I'm saying is explore. If you're ready to explore more, you want to create more, that's what I created those courses for. To unleash your unique potential. So I do the courses also with coaching. Three coaching sessions come back if you want that package. But I'm there for you on that journey because I want you to unleash your unique potential. I know I have a lot of life because I just get amped and I want you to just go out there and create the life that makes you feel alive. Thank you all. All right.
Okay, while he's here, everybody, let's get up real quick. Let's take our picture. We're documenting this moment. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? All right, Sean, let's take a picture.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Please. Yeah, whatever you want. We're doing a groupie up here or what's happening?
Yeah, we're gonna do a group picture real quick.
Good.
Right. Look, I'm trying to stick. Oh, you want to take it?
Let's come in this. Want to get in there? Yeah.
All right. Y'all taking pictures already? Look, I'm gonna be like, eh. All right. Let's do some pictures first.
Yeah, all right. Put these
down.
All right, now we go.
1, 2, 3. Entertainment! What's up? One more time. So on 3. Okay, cool. We go to acting jump start. Then we go to entertainment both summon. Okay, so first entertainment both summon on 3. 1, 2, 3. Entertainment both summon!
All of our mouths gonna be open.
And then on 3, actors jump start. 1, 2, 3. Actors jump start!
Yeah. Yeah, but my name's Ari. Ari's so good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I was trying, I was thank you. Whoever needs support, reach out to Sean Christian or Mohammed.
All right, y'all, I got a little bit more to show, so let's get back to our seats real quick. Just want to do that, just slow down real quick.
I won't leave, I'm there.
That's okay.
Thank you. Oh, good. Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Absolutely, man. Well, we gotta get the light. Here we go.
Yeah, the light, the light.
Thank you. It's such a sentiment. Very journey, right now. Very journey. Absolutely. You want? Oh, yes. Thank you. My black and white?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope it's all right. Yeah, and then I was appreciate you.
All right, guys.
Powerful.